Okay, welcome back to iSoft Original, and on today's lesson, we're going to continue the antivirus software creation in Visual Studio. I did some retouches on my project. The retouches I did was I just changed the back color of this text to red. That is the back color. I changed it to red. So as you can see that I can say that yellow, and it's gonna change to yellow, but I said I need red, so I changed it to red. And then I changed the font size of these buttons with their with their sizes to regular 9 fonts. And then I added a separate panel down here, and then I changed the back color to red as well. And then I just rearranged these, and then I arranged these very well. I positioned this to the right side, and then these are all picture boxes, which I just I just added to these buttons. I just added them here, and then I added a panel, and then you can see that it's a panel, and then I changed the size of the width. I believe the width to 1, and then the height to 20. Then I position it in the middle of these arrangements. Now these are all labels. These are all labels, sorry, these are all labels, you know. And for this one, I changed the flat style to pop up. It was flat, and then I changed it to pop up. So that is how I rearranged these things. Good. And then I just readjust the size of um, this to 20 by 20, which is the size of it. I changed it to 2020, and I believe that was quite good. And then I added a label on top of here, and then I said not 3 antivirus software. So that was what I did. That was what um, I did. So that was how I did it, and the final work was this. Good. The final work was this. So this is the main first screen you will see when you run the program. Now let's add a full check, right? We're going to add some panels to these buttons so that they will be customizable. They will be customizable here, right? Or they can be controlled here, and then we can work along with a quick scan, and then the buy premium trial 30 days and all the rest. All these will be will be working perfectly fine, so don't worry, just follow me. So from this particular lesson, this is how we're going to do it. Let's create a new user control. Let's add a user control, and then let's call this user control full check, right? So we're going to call this user control full check. All right, full check. So I believe that the full check is going to check whether your system is being affected by virus, or how is it is going to check that way, right? So for the full check, I'll just add a panel, but I will first go to my panel, this panel, and then check the size of the panel. I'll just copy the size of the panel, and then I go to the full check, make sure the size here, paste the size so that you can get the actual size, which is here, because we are going to place it here. Good. Then the back color, I would like to use black as well. You can decide to use any color you wish to, it depends on whatever you want to do. So I'll just searching for a group box, and I'll add the group box right here. Good. And then that is what I'm going to do. The font color, I will choose white. Good. And then the text on the font color is going to be instead of group box, I will say um system info. Good. I will just add something like a system info right here, and yeah, I can decide to adjust the font size to be maybe 14, and it's kind of cool, you know. Now this is what we are going to do. From this section, we are going to display the computer's name and the rest, right? So I'll just add a label to this, and then for this label, I'm gonna give it a name. Let's say computer name, right? So that would be my computer name. Then I'll just copy and paste it one more time, right? um let's say I would like to add some other sections to this, so that it will be more interesting, right? So let's say that we will be adding um, the computer name. We will be adding the OS version. So let's say current. Let's say it will be called current OS version, right? The current OS version. And then we will be customizing it, so you don't worry. So we will just copy and paste it, and then position it one more time, let's say here, and then we will say OS platform, right? OS computer OS platform. So OS um platform, that will be our OS platform anyway. So I believe that is quite nice. Good. Let's paste it one more time. Then for this, I would like to say um okay, let's add the username, right? The username. Let's add the username. So let's say username. Good. So from this section, we have added the username to this computer. um so let's select everything, hold control and select everything, just copy and paste it one more time, then let it fit to the other side, as you can see from this section. So that is how we are going to do it. These are going to display the actual um, current information, right? These are going to display the actual current information. So I will say that, okay, let me add one panel, right? So I'll add a panel, and then for the panel I'll just drop it here, and then the back color I will use white, and then for the size of it, I would like to position it somewhere here, and then I'll go to the size of it, and then I will select the width to be 1. Good. And then I will just rearrange or reposition it somewhere, something like that, and then I would just I would like to leave it like that, but I would like also to customize it. It depends on how or what you want to do, right? It depends on what you want to do. So this is how I like to customize my project. So I'll just take these, and then change the fore color of it. It is white, so I can change it to yellow, and it's kind of cool. It's very, very cool. So I'll just create a new group box, and then I will just add the panel here, let's say the group box here, and then I will check 12 for the font size, and then the font color I will use white as well, and then the name for the group box I will say that um, full check status, right? So full check status, right? So that will be my full check status. Good. So I believe that um, for my full check status, I will add a button, right? I will add a button. So for the button, I will just on the text of the button, I will say that quick check, right? So quick check. So for the quick check, I would like to add it somewhere here, and then I would like to, for the back color, I would like to say green because I love green. And then the flat style, I would like to choose pop-up, and this is how it's going to be anyway. So from this section, I'll just copy and paste it one more time, and then I will add that one here, this one here. Okay, let me position them in the middle anyway. Then this background color will be red, so we will say that quick scan, quick scan, quick check, quick scan, copy paste. Then the quick scan is gonna be here, and then this will be full scan. Full scan. Good. So you're gonna get the advantage, the opportunity to scan your computer from this section anyway. So let's add a progress bar. So we're going to add a progress bar, right? We're going to add two progress bar. So this is one progress bar right here, and I'll just thin the line, something like that, good. Yeah, then I copy paste it one more time, then I just paste it right here. So that will be the status of it, and then I will copy one of these, let's say two of these. So copy, then come here, paste it. Now that is it. So let's say that let's say scanning. So that will be the name of the scanning item, right? Or the file it is scanning, right? That will be here. And then let's copy this, copy paste it one more time, and then instead of the scanning, this is gonna be instead of the scanning, we will say that estimated time, time. Good. And then I believe that the estimated time is gonna be yeah, so let's rearrange this as we did earlier for the other one. So let's paste it one more time, estimated time, and then we will say that let's say affected virus, affected files, right? Affected files. I would like to add this here so that it will be more like it. Good. Then let's add the last one. So we will say that status. So we will say that status. Good. Good. and I believe we are nearly done for this. So from this section we can still add this and paste it here, and then add it out here. And for the height, let's say I can make it 30, and 30 is too small. I can make it 10. 10 is too big, so let's make it 100. 100 is also big, it's also long, sorry. So let's make it 70, right? Let's make it 70. Good. So for the 70, I would like to position it down here, something like this. Good. And then let me change this quickly to their names. So I will say this is called let's say maybe um um okay, my computer is running very slow, so it just changed to Windows Basic, no problem. So let's say this is going to be scanning file, scanning status, file scanning. Okay, so let's say file scanning, right? And then this is going to be the time duration, so let's say 0000. Good. And then let's say affected files, so let's say 0 files affected. Okay, okay, good. And then the status, we will say that scan complete, scan complete, completed. Good. And then I believe we are nearly done. Don't forget to save your project, because I don't know, whatever you'll be doing, maybe you are using desktop, you need to save your project. Now I am nearly done, and you know, you can decide to customize whatever you want to do. Is it depends on what you want to do, so I would like to add um this image right here, or this image right here. It depends on how you want to do it. So I would like to add an image, so I'll copy this, go to the full check scan, paste it right here, and then I will just enlarge it a little bit. I will just enlarge it a little bit, just small little bit. Then I will change the image to the monitor, right? To the monitor. Good. And I will just save it. Now we have this here. So before we can add this to our form here, we need to build the solution, right? So go to build solution, so it will build the solution. Make sure you have gotten one succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 skipped, right? Let me check my duration. Anyway, 18 minutes, we have more time. So that is it. So now we need to go to the form 1, which is our main home interface page. Now you can see that now we have the full check as a control here. So drag and drop it. You can either double click it instead. So double click it. You see that when you double click, it just you just bring it to the front. So first of all, delete it. Make sure nothing is selected on this section. Make sure you don't have anything selected. You can drag and drop it somewhere here, and it's gonna work perfectly fine. You can yeah, do it this way, and it's gonna work perfectly fine for you. Good. So this is what we have done so far, but this is not what we want to add, right? So turn the visibility, you can send it to back instead, right? So to do this, just turn the visibility to false, right? Just turn the visibility to false. So the visibility of this should be false, and then I would like to okay, this will be my home screen. So I would like to cut all these, right? Let me delete this for now. I would like to cut everything here. Control X, right? right? Then for the full check here, I'll just add another user control, and then I will say this is welcome, right? I will say this is welcome, and then quickly I would like to paste it somewhere here. Good. And then I would like to arrange it, but first of all let me go and check the size of my form. So that I copy everything, I go to the welcome page, and then I paste the size here so that I get the same size. Then I just rearrange whatever I am doing. So just rearrange it as you want it to be. Sorry. Good. Just arrange it. Now for the back color, let's choose black for now, and that is perfectly done. Good. Don't forget to save your project. After that, rebuild. You can build your project as well, and as soon as you go back to the form one design, you'll see that it will be here as well. That will be your welcome screen. So you can drag and drop your welcome screen on top of this, and as you can see, it is working perfectly fine. You can position it as you want it to be. So that would be your welcome screen, and then you can add your full check screen as well, and that will be added onto the form as well, and it is quite neat. So you can send this to the back and then save your project, right guys? So we are really gonna work for this. So for the full check, I believe that that is how we can work on it. And then the virus scan, we will be working on the virus scan separately, so don't worry, that will be in on another section where we will be developing it very nicely, right? So this is how we're gonna do it. The full check, let's I wanted us to complete everything before we go through the codes, but let's start doing the codes manually. Let's create another user control. That will be the virus scan. So let's say virus scan. Good. So let's say it is scan. Let's assume it's scan. Good. So for the scan, you can, let's add the size of it as we copied earlier. Good. And then for the back color, I would like to use the black as well. And then I will just go back to the full check, and then I will add this, right? I will add this. So I'll just copy everything here, and then I'll go to the scan design and paste it. You see, so I get it here. Good. And this is it. So I would like to add a group box, right? Another group box. I will add another group box up here, and then for the back color of the group box, I would like to use for the back color, I would like to use white anyway. Good. And then for the text, I would like to say none. Good. So this is what I have created so far. The reason why I created this was, let's say the quick scan, let's change the test of the quick scan to let's change it to, let's say delete virus, right? Delete virus. Good. And then the full scan, quick scan, instead of this full system check, we will say that scan for virus. Good. And that will be good. Let's save everything. Now what I need to do is I just need to go back, copy this image right here, come back to the scan design, and then paste it. Now this is the image I'm talking about. Good. So let's change the image, and then I would like to import a scanning image, right? I'm going to scan for some files. So I downloaded some images for scanning and the rest. So I'll just add that one here, and then I'll just stretch it a little bit. Good. So I can just stretch it as I want it to be. Good. Good. Then this is how I want my scanning system to be, right? This is what I want it to be. Now I would like to add another, let's say an image. So copy paste the image right here, and then let's change the image to, let's say we can decide to change the image to, let's say you can download some GIF animations so that you can be good with what you are doing. So I would like to preview this to see how it really works. So let me see if I can preview it for it to be working in this particular oh, it's taking to my time. Don't worry. I would like to use this instead. Now you can see how it is being scanning. Good. So I'll just scale this to this section. Good. And then I will just shrink it down a little bit. Good. And then I position it to this point, and then I position this also to this point. Good. So this is how it's gonna be anyway. Now I will add another thing, right? I will add another image. So to add that image, I would like to go to the project, smarts project. Then I'll go to the system settings, then I'll go to the resources, then I add another resource to this section. So add resource, so add existing file, right? So I'll just locate myself to the I believe that is from the downloads. Okay, good, GIF animations. Then I would like to add something like this, you know okay, I would like to add, yes, this. Good. So I will add it to, okay, it's already there. So I'll just go back to my scan. Then I will first of all change the image resource, right? The image path resource, I will change it to this, right? Good. So this is it. Let's save everything. Now let's go to project, build solution, right? So that is it. It will build a solution. Let's go back to the full let's go back to the form 1. So just go here, form 1 design. Now we can then drag and drop our scan also here, and then we can position it well. Good. And then we can send it back as well. It all depends on what you want to do. Send it back. Good. And this is how it's probably this is how it looks like. Now speed up, we need to know how our speed is. So and then the cleanup, and for the cleanup I would like to say that we will do some readjustment so that it is gonna clean up your system for you. So we have the toolbox here. The toolbox is going to contain the settings, the setups, and then the rest, right? So quickly I will just create another user control. Let's call this speed up, right? And then for the speed up, I believe that I have copied this already. Oh no. So let me close this anyway. Let's go to this, copy the size of it, and then let's go to the speed up design. Let's go to the size, paste it. Good. And then sorry, I like to use black. You can decide to use any color you wish to, work on that, and it's gonna be cool. So I would like to go in for I would like to go in for let me check my GIF animations to see whether I can get something which is more like it. Okay, so this is a scanning GIF animation. Okay. Okay, I believe that okay, good. Let's go to the speed up, and then for the speed up, I will like to add this section. Let's copy everything, come here, paste it. Good. And then for the speed up, for this one, I would like to bring it to the top, and then all these will go down. They will just move down. Good. And then for all these tests, I'll just say that they'll be getting some jobs to do, but not now, so I'll delete it. Then I'll just copy and paste these these progress bars. I'll just double them up. Then I will delete this and then add only this, right? So we can readjust or rearrange the work we want to do, right? So let's add this here, let's add this also here. Now let's extend this anyway. Let's extend this to, let's say, the section. Now let's drop it down. Good. Now let's extend this, put it here. Then let's add this also to be here. Let's add this also to be here. Good. And this will be the that was speed up, right? Let's say we're gonna say that it is it's not gonna be delete files, but it's gonna be quick scan. Good. Quick scan. And then we're gonna say that boost speed. Good. And we will reciprocate the colors for the background. So this is going to be the green, and then we would like to use this as red. Good. And then for this section, let's save everything, and then we would like to go back to the scan and copy this. Just copy. Now come back to this scan, we paste it. Good. So let's paste it somewhere here, and I would like to change the font size of it. So let me go back, let me highlight everything, and then for the font size, I would like to choose 18 for now. Good. And then I'll just rearrange them. Good. Good. And then I'll just copy this, rearrange it. 18. Good. So I'll just highlight everything here, then draw it a little bit back, something like this. Anyway, then I will bring this. Come on. Okay, let's do it manually. Good. Let's add this here, let's add this here, and then this is gonna be here, right? Good. And we're gonna work on the panel, right? So let's see the panel. Good. Now let's move the panel to this section. Now the height of the panel is gonna be, let's say, 150, and that is good. That is good. Now let's highlight everything. Now let's position it to this section. Let's save everything, and then we're gonna say that this is gonna be scanning estimated time, junk files, right? We're gonna say that junk files. So this is going to be junk files, and then this is going to be the status. So I would like to add up an image which will identify the scanning status of my project. So I'll just go back here, copy this, copy, come to the speed up, paste it. Good. So let's rearrange it and position it somewhere here. So I will say that I will choose a new image, which is let's see for this. Okay, let me import one scanning. Let's use this. Good. Okay, let's use this for now, and we will be working on it later on. Good. So I believe that it is now quite good enough, so we can save this, position it a little bit back, save this, and you can add one more to this so that it becomes 5. So we have 5 progress bar, and then let's save this. Now let's go to build solution so that it will be added to our controls here. So let's go to the home screen, right? Let's go to the form 1, and then let's close this. Let's add the speed up to our project right here. So as you can see, this is our speed up system. Now let's save this. Now let's go back to the speed up, and this, let's hide this. So for the visibility of it, I believe the visibility, let's turn the visibility to false, right? Let's turn the visibility to false, right? Good. So let's save it, but before it takes effect from the form 1, you need to rebuild it again. So go to build, rebuild the solution, and then it will just rebuild it. So the moment you go back, you see that it will not be there. Okay guys, let's see our time duration. Okay, good. I think we have a little bit of time to go by it. Now we can still send this to the back. Now we have so many layers, or let's say so many we have so many user controls at the back of it, right? So let's quickly save our project, and then this is how we're gonna do it. Now the cleanup, we need to build something which can be specifically based on, so that it can delete some files, some temporal files. When you hit Windows R on your keyboard, you see that you have %temp, and this is what you can see. We are going to deal with that so that you can delete them from the cleanups there. And then we have something called we have the, from the run section, we have something called prefetch. And then for the prefetch section, that one too, you can get the advantage to delete all these files. They are all temporal files, so we will get advantage to work along with them so that they will be deleted, right? So yeah, you can get them deleted, and it's all done. Okay, good. So let's save our project once again. Now the cleanup, I believe that for the cleanup is not gonna take any time. It's not gonna take any let's say section of um it's not gonna work that way. I just want to enlighten you about that. And then we have the toolbox, that will be the setting section. So these two will be in our next lesson so that we can do it. But first of all, I would like to end up here so that we can do it on our next lesson. So um let's start our project to see if there is any error here. So there is no error. You can see that everything is working fine and it's quite nice and beautiful. Good. And it's quite good. So let's end here, and on our next lesson we're going to see how we can do the cleanup and then the toolbox so that everything will be perfectly done. So until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is iSoft Original, for latest updates on programming. Until we meet again, have a nice day and shout outs. I'm out.